Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday afternoon version of the Corporate Gamer broadcast. I am your host, Corporate Gamer, and this afternoon, we are continuing to play with Kathy Rain. So yesterday I made it through day one with some help, and I made it through day two. So now I'm at day three. I just want to check something out before. So yeah, I'm actually really stoked about this game. I actually made it through, so that's good. So yeah. So let's see where the game leads us, right? All right. There we go. I'm a little bit better. A little bit louder on the mic. Woo! All right. Let's. So load game. Load. So last I checked, I was here. I think she gave me the thing about the excerpt.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts. Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
Nice. Alright. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk to her about.
Hey, E, got a sec?
Sure thing, Kathy. What's up?
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like an okay bunch to me. Just your regular old Christians. My kind of crowd.
That's just it. They seem a bit too normal. And there's that logo, too.
It could just be a coincidence, Kathy. The Holy Trinity is typically portrayed as a triangle.
I don't believe in coincidences, E. I believe in action and reaction.
Gee, you sound like a starship captain. Captain Rain of the USS Dignity. Here to save the galaxy.
Oh, please, kill me now. So what am I supposed to do with this?
I don't know. I thought it might help you find the place where that picture was taken.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Alright. So I don't remember what I had to do here. I think I had to go to the clinic.
I should get back to
Okie dokie.
So let's go to the clinic.
All right, I'm off. Peace out, E.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
Just want to do something here. Oh, idiot. I'm an idiot. There we go. That's the middle. That looks a bit better. All right. Yeah. Well, I have three things: the nature reserve, the church, and the clinic. So let's go to the clinic because I want to speak to Hey, it's my buddy. The buddy from the jail. Alright, trash can.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. It's that homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny.
Let's talk to him.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, what's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the arm.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right, I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
Ask what his story is.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah, don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Not really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
Buddy, you don't look exactly like the,
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Silence of Lambert.
Tell me about The Silence of Lambert.
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all.
How sweet.
He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
How about Jacob's Bladder?
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny. Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior. After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
That's intense. The Usual Surprises.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure.
This guy dies in every
I
fucking
guess
movie.
it's more of a dark comedy.
The Usual Surprise. Natural Bald Killers.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair. The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair. Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Again, another one where he dies.
Oh, never mind.
Not the cultured type. And
So,
what about...
Why? Yeah, here we go. Why always deaths at the end?
why do you always die at the end of your movies?
typecasting?
Okay.
Oh.
Not the culture.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in 81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taking the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
The story sounds more and more like an X-Files. Hey, Coin-Op, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Glad that you're able to join. So this is day 3 of 5 days of the game. So I finished day 1, day 2. Well, I finished day 1 yesterday. I finished day 2 yesterday. So now I'm at day 3. I'm at the clinic where the supposed Charles Wade is residing right now. So, yeah. And now I'm asking this bum, which I met for the second time. The first time I met him at the jail. And yeah.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out. Not to mention how that entire family ain't, like, people-friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She could sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Cocky.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Why do I even bother?
Oh, boy. Charles Wade.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
Sure, he's been holed up in this clinic for the last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
Lily Myers art.
What do you know about Lily Myers' art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
I find the music a little bit loud. The speech should be louder.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac the priest is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
All right.
Do you know what this is?
Chinese fireworks, of course. I grew up in Shanghai. I know what I'm talking about. They used to call me Dong Pai, meaning round-eyed baldy. Those were some rough years. I miss the food, not to mention the women. Got 2 kids down there now, Mei Lin and little Ping.
Time to hit the off switch now, buddy.
Anything else here that's worth a hoot?
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other 2?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay.
My face blindness.
Wanna smoke, buddy?
Nah, I got stage 2 lung cancer. I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
Okay. That's weird. But okay.
Okay. That's enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty,
I had a few more questions.
fire away.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Alright,
Leave.
Okay. I'm off.
bye.
Alright, so. Save game. Day 3. Clinic. Let's go into the clinic and see what we have.
No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt.
I like her attitude. I have to admit it. I do like her attitude. Files.
Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
Yes.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
Keep in mind, this game is taking place in 1995, so that means that it's 4 years late.
She looks bored out of her mind. Pretty understandable, to be honest. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. Excuse me, nurse? Hey, nurse!
Yeah?
They don't pay you much, do they? Try not to strain yourself. Somebody around here hates their job.
Try not to strain yourself.
Whatever. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
Okay, so I have to find a way.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
Well, I know, those are freaking insane. Actually, funny story. At one point I had gone to a private clinic here in Montreal, and because we have a public system here, and I went to a private clinic, and I was reading one of the magazines, whatever. I don't remember why I was there, but I was there anyways. So, the thing is that I take one of the magazines and I start reading it, and it talks about like this brand new innovation. So keep in mind, this is like late 90s. So I'm reading the magazine and it's saying, oh, the fax machine, the best next communication device. I figured it was a brand new way of using the fax, right? The next iteration of the fax. I actually read the whole freaking article. I didn't look at the date. I just read the whole article. I'm like, but this is just a regular fax. Read the article. 1990. It was like 8 or 9 years prior to when I was actually in the clinic. Like, they really have to like update their magazines there, because it's just like, it's kind of insane. Anyways, having said that, let's continue. So I understand like all these magazines and stuff like that. They make it so that it's not fun to be there on purpose. And that's not just, in the States or anywhere. It's Canada too. So my strategy here is to do the same thing as I did at the jail. So I'm going to back out. I'm going to try and see if I can do the same thing.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
Oh, I'm fucking nice.
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I know it. She always gave me these strange looks.
Because you
I
look
thought
like
it was contempt, but her face must just be cramping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
Does it really matter who I pick?
Definitely Jacob's bladder.
I'm feeling the pressure. Oh, Jenny, everything is forgiven.
Goober,
You and me were
the
like
friend-
peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your love that I think I'm about to burst. Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you,
Good
thank
idea,
you.
but
You've
it
been a
wouldn't
great
match
audience.
his symptoms.
Well, that didn't work. All right, let's load the game. Yeah, I know what I have to do. Load. I have to pick one that it would be So
Hey,
that does
doofus.
matter which movie
Oh,
I pick.
hi! The best!
You know, and that you.
I know. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have.
Why is the...
Never mind. Okay.
Bye!
Why does the speech always fucking go down? I don't understand. Resume.
Hey, doofus. Hey.
Sure!
It's one of these, I don't remember. Usual surprises.
Natural bald kill.
Bald move!
Not bold, bald.
Fernando, you've been such a good friend. I can't thank you enough for making me whole again. Turn this scalp into a breathtaking golden carpet.
Good idea, but
such as the
it wouldn't
world
match
has
his
never seen.
symptoms.
Okay, doctor. I'm counting down now. 10, 9.
Fuck. Come on, load. Alright. We'll get this right eventually.
Hey, doof.
Oh, hi!
Fuck.
Okay.
Bye!
Return. Zoom.
Hey, doofus.
The best!
You know, and that you.
I know. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So I did Jacob's Bladder, and I did Natural Bones. So let's look at the usual surprises.
How about the usual surprises?
Business as usual. I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts. Ah!
Yeah, that
Nurse,
was the right one.
He's seizing. Oh shit.
All right.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the
I
poor
did
guy
it.
later.
Let's save the game. Made it this far. Alright, let's look at the board. Let's look around.
Employee of the month, Carlita Mendez. Ugh, what a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
I saw the diskette. That's a boot disk. Yes. I can use it to get the password. What I like about this, it always leads to something that's like, you can actually use future. C. Mendez Otorgador. Let me write that down, actually. Notepad. C. Mendez. And the password is Otor Gaydor. All right.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging.
Wow, that is a horrible screen. C. Mendez. And the password is Otor Gaydor. The only thing I would have liked a little bit better to do this would be to name Wade. Charles Wade, date of birth, August 14th, 1924. Date of death, still alive. August 24th, 1995, referral from Dr. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center, KC. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart. Room 6B. Okay, search. There's more stuff. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good, and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. 6B.
Rows and columns of.
Is there anything else I have? Oh. Did I take back the scan? Yeah, I did. 6B? Maybe? Hey, I made it to the room.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
That's not what I'm here. You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade. I don't need to pick it back on favors. I make my own way. That's not what this is about. I want to go personal. So this one, I want to go with honesty in most of my answers, because that's what she is. She's kind of a feisty. She's honest, with a bit of a soft side, but she's honest. She has an edgy personality, but she's very honest with herself. So I'm going to go with, that's not what this is about. It's personal.
That's not what this is about. It's personal.
Sounds serious. Perhaps I should ask Claude to produce his gun.
You know, Charles, the person most likely to be harmed by a gun tends to be its owner.
Very true. That's something the Japs who captured me learned the hard way.
Did my grandfather bail you out then too, or was that one of the few times where he didn't save your sorry ass?
Hold on there. Explain yourself.
You're willing to listen to something other than your own voice? I'm stunned. I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
True story.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
He actually doesn't sound like he's dying, which is weird, because he's on his deathbed. Or at least recovering from a surgery.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
Agree with him about tough love. Tell him Grandpa is not to be blamed. Say nothing. Again, I'm going to go with honesty. Agree with him about tough love.
I wouldn't mind teaching my old man some manners myself, wherever he is.
Yes, of course. You must understand this better than anyone. People like your father simply cannot grasp how far their bad influence spreads. So our families started drifting apart. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
All right. Lily Myers.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
Let's talk about the cocky call sign.
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
Jimmy Cochran. All right. Lily Myers' art stolen.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his – injury.
Is that so? Strange.
Alright, Jimmy Cochran.
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense, he's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
So once again, I'm going to go the honest route and say that my mom is in the psychiatric hospital. She never actually said the name of the hospital, I think, but she did say she committed her mom into the hospital because she couldn't take it anymore.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us, more than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
And last but not least, at least in my notes, Church of the Holy Trinity.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Alright, so let's see.
Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
All things considered, the guy looks pretty good for, what? This is 90s? He was born in 1974. He's 71. He was born in 1924. So he's 71 in this game. He looks pretty good. Has a full head of hair. Unlike me. He was bald at 20. Actually, earlier than 20.
What do you see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
Do you know what this is?
A flower? Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
I don't need to show him.
So I guess that's it.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people.
Okay. Then get the fuck
Thanks,
out of
Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Looks like Wade brought some of his old tunes with him. Just some boring landscape paintings. That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day. I'd rather not.
Alright, so I guess,
A private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.
well, yeah, he's rich as fuck. Alright. So let's, save game. Clinic. Save. So, there's a few places I can go. She's still fucking gone. Okay. Okay, so I can go back to the sheriff's station because he told me that he would learn everything I have. I have to talk to the priest here. So let's go back to the sheriff's station first.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy. Sorry.
Nah, I don't want to ask him. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Nope.
Do you know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about that. Lenny,
Yes, boss.
get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86.
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Let's look at the police reports. March 11th, 1986 at 1:12 a.m. The alarm in the Wade estate is triggered. The house is empty at the time and the neighbors contact law enforcement. And about 52 minutes after that, officers arrive at the scene. Several broken windows can be observed. A sweep of the estate and surrounding premises reveals no trace of perpetrators. And about 16 minutes later, this is weird. Okay, so almost 24 hours later, on March 12th, 1986, a single witness identified as Franklin Goldfarb reports seeing multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime. That's weird. Like, why at 2 a.m. in the morning? Anyways. The chronological order of this is weird. Charles Wade arrives in Cronwell Springs to make an official statement after examining the house. He reports that paintings with an excess value of $15,000 have been stolen. I thought they weren't worth anything. And then on April 26th, this is like, this is not the same day. What the fuck, it's over a month later. Okay. April 26, 1986, 2 p.m. The art in question has not yet popped up in any circles that are known to deal with stolen goods, terminating investigation due to lack of leads.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Maybe he knows more about the burglary. Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kath.
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar, but I can't place him.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Let's see.
Hello, Sheriff.
If you...
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Never heard of him. Anything else?
I don't need to ask him that. That's all for now.
Good.
Alright. I think I'm done here. So save game. Day 3. Police station. Yes, well, it is a small town, right? You know what this reminds me of? The movie Copland with Stallone. Where everybody in the everywhere in the town is corrupted and useless. Alright, so I went to the clinic. So let's go to the church. How you doing, Kenny?
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come here.
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy Rain, but I'm guessing you figured that out already.
I did. Rumors spread quickly around here. So how can I be of service?
Yeah, I saw you did a personal best for Crystallis, or whatever the name of the game you're playing. I always get it mixed up. I always get the naming wrong. But you did a personal best, and you did a world record for the other game, right? EDF, I think. Let's start from the top.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way, he and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy. That being said, Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
All right, how about Lily Myers?
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school for some time before I was ordained.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot, and when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had a whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Jimmy Cochran.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
I don't recognize that name, no.
Lily Myers, art stolen?
Do you know anything about an art theft at the Wade Estate in the 80s?
I have just a vague memory of reading about it in the paper.
Okay. Church of the Holy Trinity?
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he'd done so many times before. However, this day was different. My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed. The stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was in the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay, so what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. But I assure you the church is still very much thriving.
Looks
Back
kind of
house.
empty to me.
Yeah.
It's not really our peak hours.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
All right. Franklin Goldfarb.
Do you know who Franklin Goldfarb is?
I'm afraid...
No.
I could, but I think I'll keep it to myself.
Okay.
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather, and that's just because I was given a similar picture for the service the other day.
Okay.
Do you know what this key opens?
I'm afraid not, my child.
Oh, that was a weird pause. All right.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Right. Is there anything...
It's an altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids, and other crap. Could lead to a sacristy or a closet of some kind.
He's probably going to stop me from going in there. Watch it be a washroom.
Locked.
Alright, there's nothing else left to do here. Alright. Okay, so the only place I didn't go yet is Nature Reserve. So we'll see where that leads me.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. I need to clear my head.
This investigation sounds more and more like an X-Files episode. It really does.
What the?
We've met before, haven't we?
Nope, just no. I remember a creepy bald dude with makeup. I doubt it. You look like you just escaped from a circus. That's not really my kind of gig. I don't think so, Mr. Clean, unless seeing your face on a bottle of detergent counts. I want to be as insulting as possible. Yeah. There we go.
I doubt it. You look like you just escaped from a circus. That's not really my kind of gig.
Yet you always play the part of the clown, Kathy.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
You told me, remember?
I feel strange. Am I dreaming?
It's the mending I will try to facilitate.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the anomaly, the missing refrain, the convergence point of things past and events yet to happen.
Dial down the metaphors a notch, would you, Mr. Kafka? I get enough of that shit in English class.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my name was taken from me, so I claimed a color in its stead. The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red. You're on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Wait, what? How did I get here? Am I going crazy? Am I turning into Mom?
Save a game. Do I have to talk to my grandmother? Which is probably drinking tea.
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
Hi, Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long.
Alright, let's talk to her.
Mind if we talk for a bit?
Not at all.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man, maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma. I don't see a reason to ask. Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen, you know. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling on about that imaginary acting career of his.
Sad thing. Do you know where I can find him?
He's homeless, dear. Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
It's the freaking homeless guy.
Now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma.
It's a homeless guy.
Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat with Goober.
Yep. All right.
I don't want to show her that.
Okay, well then.
See you
bye-bye.
later, Grams.
Take care, dear.
Okay, so where can I find the guy? Last I saw him, he was at the hospital. But I never really changed. I never really navigated this, so I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go to the church and see if he's there. We'll see how that goes.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home.
Nope.
Looks like a specimen of the red scythe. It's endangered. I'm not going to take it with... That wasn't here before.
No shit, Sherlock.
What's this?
The Red Man. Looks like a drawing from Nathan.
Why did someone leave this at the nature reserve?
There's nothing here. Alright. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get the hell out of here and get to the church. Let's see if, Nope, there's no one here. Okay. So he's not here. Is he at the clinic? Is the nurse back?
I need a word, Miss Mendez.
Wait, how do you know my name?
It's written on that board behind you, genius.
You have the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What happened to Goober, anyway?
Who?
The guy who had the seizure?
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about a religious near-death experience.
Okay, thanks.
So that's the hint. Okay. Let's go back to the church. Nope. Let's go back to the church. All right.
Goober. Hello again, Goober.
You again? Are you stalking me, girl? You pop up everywhere I go. I'll try to tone down the charm, but I can't promise anything.
Huh, yeah, you're quite the charmer.
I know. I just said that, man.
Listen, I feel kind of bad about the electrocution.
Oh, that's what it was. What a cherry on top of my stellar performance.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing.
So what brings you to the house of God? Come to repent?
I'm afraid that ship has long since sailed, buddy. I had a few things I wanted to ask you about, though.
Shoot, Missy!
I don't need to ask him about. I should probably confront him directly about him being a witness. Your real name is Franklin Goldfarb, right?
Oh, nobody calls me that.
Regardless, I know for a fact that you were a witness to a burglary a few years back at the Wade Estate.
Yeah, what about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw exactly?
I heard the alarm go off, glass breaking, then I saw 3 guys running away, carrying a bunch of stuff.
What did they look like?
It was dark, I don't know, they were definitely 3 big, bulky guys. They
what?
Oh, nothing, that's it. Didn't see anything else.
Bullshit. Spit it out.
Well, one of those guys dropped his ring when running away. I sort of pawned it.
A ring? What kind of ring?
Platinum with an inscription. 2 letters, B something. Man, I don't remember. My photographic memory stopped working in 1979.
Which pawn shop was that?
Pete's Pawning and Plumbing. It closed down a long time ago, though. Owner left town. There's a coffee shop back there now.
What a combination.
Too bad. Guess that's a dead end. Thanks anyway.
Pete's
Didn't
Pawning
I
and-
see 2 letters fitting that description recently? Not on a building. It was something small.
Yeah, which you've been carrying around since the beginning.
Did the inscription on the ring look anything like this?
Wow, actually exactly like that.
Any idea what BH stands for?
Beehive? Bet high? Big head?
Well, that didn't work out very well. Okay.
Okay, that's all for.
See ya!
Hello, Isaac.
I'm all ears.
Do you know what BH means? It's inscribed on this lighter.
I'm sorry, but no.
Okay.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Sure. BH. Who the fuck would know about that? Police station?
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy.
Do you recognize the acronym BH? It's on this lighter here.
Not really. Sorry.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Okay. Maybe the cop, maybe the useless sheriff will know. Highly doubted, though.
Hello, Sheriff.
If you
Do you recognize the acronym?
don't you have anything better to do than to walk around asking people random questions?
Well, I
That's all
guess
for now.
Good.
I guess that wasn't it. Okay. The grandmother would know? Maybe? We'll take a chance. I don't know if she's gonna know anything. Probably not, but hey.
Oh,
She's gonna pee every frickin' 3 minutes, so the amount of tea she's drinking.
Mind if we
not at
Do you recognize the acronym BH? It's on Dad's lighter.
Yes, dear, it means the Black
Yes.
Hats. They're those ruffians on motorcycles whom your father associated with.
Oh, his biker gang. That makes sense.
The Blakeites.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
I refuse to talk about those hoodlums. They turned your father into a horrible person. You should stay far away from them, Kathy. They're awful people, just awful.
Well, that triggered her.
Well, gotta go.
Bye, Kathy.
Well, she changed her tone after that. Well then. Okay, Next on the Mitch, let's go to the police station, see if there's anybody that could give me anything about about it.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Cap.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
They've caused us trouble from time to time, but they've been kind of quiet lately. We put a few of their captains in the slammer over the years, but we never managed to find enough dirt on their leader. Bo Brunson. Big Bo.
Do you know where I can find them?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just find a map.
Got it. Thanks.
All right.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
I wonder if I should go see anybody else before. So I went to see the police station. Let's see if anybody at the church will know anything about them. Highly doubt it, though. That's Lakeside Cabin. That's a clinic. That's a church.
Hi, Goober. I don't need to ask. Okay.
See?
Hello.
I'm all ears, my.
What do you know about the Black Hats?
Only that they aren't the menace everyone makes them out to be. Some of them have come to me in confidence, wanting to change. Some did in the end, some didn't. I believe that the greatest gift of all is being able to reveal the inner goodness we are all capable of. Your father was one of those men wanting to change. As I am bound by the seal of confession, I cannot divulge much, even to you. But I will say this. He was terribly torn and felt like the whole world was conspiring against him.
I'm sure he had great reasons for abandoning a 6-year-old. You're making excuses for a monster.
I am unable to say more, but I hope you will find it in your heart to forgive him one day.
I have a good memory. Don't get your hopes up.
I'll pray for you. Hate devours and controls us all. Only by turning away from it can we ever be free.
I don't know what it is about this priest. I don't like him. He's just super creepy. Anyways. Alright, I guess.
That's all I need for now, Father.
We have to go to the...
May the Lord shine his light on you.
Let's go and see the biker gang. Nice club. A little dirty. Nice club.
Sweet butt incoming!
Like hell I am. I'm nobody's property.
You sure? Doesn't she look like a sweet butt? Little slut. I think she does.
That would not go well today. Me too.
Step off, creep.
Or what? You tell your daddy on me?
Or you'll be scraping your balls off the floor, you fucking pig. I like that. You think I need my daddy to kick your pathetic ass? You better learn quickly, asshole. Back the fuck off.
Or you'll be scraping your balls off the floor, you fucking pig.
Oh, I love it when they play hard to get.
Let go of me!
Oh. I guess I could use the stun gun.
Ah!
I'm good, yourself?
What the hell's going on out here?
Nothing, Prez. Just having a bit of fun with this gash here.
I suggest you leash that dog of yours.
For fuck's sake, Prospect, not again. Get the hell out of here.
Sorry, boss, I'll go. Fuck, that hurt, you cunt.
Jesus Christ. Yes. Thanks for passing by, Dreamer. Oh, it's all good, man.
For that.
I appreciate it.
He better be. I take it you're Bo?
I am. And who are you, darling?
Kathy Rain.
Bullshit. She lives in the city with her deranged mother. Who are you, really? Did the Vandals send you?
No, they didn't. I am Kathy Rain.
Prove it, then.
Well, I would, but I left my ID back home.
That's convenient. I think I've wasted enough time with you.
I need to figure out some proof.
2016.
That won't convince him.
Okay. What do I have?
This proof enough for you?
I'll be damned. That's Brian's lighter, all right. Sorry about the paranoia. We've had some problems with the Vandals lately.
I get it. Can't be too careful.
So, that's your ride out there. Corley Motors, right? 78?
76.
You got the same taste as your old man. He always rode Corleys.
Probably the only thing he and I have in common.
Did you set up those mods yourself? Looks custom made for your, small frame.
Yeah, took some time to get the measurements right.
I imagine so. Girls like you don't often ride heavy bikes.
I'm not most girls.
Indeed.
Ain't that the truth? Most girls don't just waltz into places like this either.
I guess you'd know. Anyway, I had some questions for you in the club.
Go ahead, then. Your old man was a good brother, so I'll indulge you for now.
Yeah, so this came out in 2016. There's a second game that's that they want to come out. I don't know when, but there's a second game in the works for this one. And I saw somebody play it on YouTube or Twitch. I forget what it was. I randomly found this game, and I fell in love with the look and feel of the game, and it was a point and click. And it just reminded me of the Police Quest series, Space Quest, and King's Quest. And I was like, yay! And I decided to play it. And you know what? I'm supporting... I bought this. I think it was $13 on GOG. And I'm supporting an indie developer. And I mean, the fact that they came out with this like now is amazing. So I just... I liked it. Anyways, let's do this. Leisure Suit Larry, it's the same thing. To me, I've been saying this. It's the last 3 streams I've been saying this. This is basically the equivalent of a combination of Police Quest 3 and Police Quest 2. It has the graphical interface, or the graphics look like Police Quest 3, but it's the point of view of Police Quest 2. Same thing where you're going from one place to another. It's like an interlude. It's not, you're not... actually driving to the other place and stuff like that. That's, for me, that's the vibe it gave me, But hey, to each their own. But you're right. It's the same. It's Sierra. It's the point and click Sierra games, basically.
Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in 1981?
No, we had our differences, me and him, but that's a horrible fate for a man. I'd rather be dead than a vegetable.
So I take it you and him didn't get along.
No, I could write a book about that man. On one page I'd praise him, on the next I'd want to smash his skull in. He could be a real self-righteous prick when he wanted to, that's for sure. But everyone knew he was the real law around here. Truman was a tool. I respected Joseph, and he respected me, but he hated how Brian looked up to me. Joseph always blamed the club for the path Brian chose in life, even though it was just due to him being a shitty father.
That's bullshit. Grandpa wasn't a bad parent. Ask him to elaborate.
You seriously thought Grandpa was a bad parent?
Everybody knew about it. People just tend to forget the bad qualities of men in wheelchairs. Joseph wasn't a saint. He saw everything in black and white. He was only kind to whomever he considered to be good by his narrow moral standards. The ones who wouldn't fit in that small mold didn't get any chances. None whatsoever.
Well, that's a little bit of a twist. So I learned that apparently the dad that I actually care about, the dad that I don't care about seems to have a good side. And the person I did care about, which was my grandfather, seems to have a nasty side. Well, that's turning my shit upside down. All right.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers?
Nothing that anyone else around here couldn't tell you.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
No.
Tell me, how long have you been the president of this club?
15 years now, give or take. VP for 10 before that.
Good. Then you can tell me why you stole Lily Meyer's paintings from Charles Wade in '86.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'd recommend you be careful with wild accusations like that.
Hey, Beetleman. How are you? Welcome to my stream, playing Kathy Rain, point and click adventure. Part Nancy Drew, part Police Quest, part Columbo. Oh, cut the bullcrap. I know it was you. Fine, there's anything I do to the club to earn your trust. Whatever, it be that way.
Fine. Is there anything I can do for the club to earn your trust?
You mean like cleaning the toilets? Making coffee? I think we got that covered, Cupcake.
Spare me your sexist bullshit. I can take care of business.
You're nothing like your old man, you know that?
I take that as a compliment.
You do that. In any case, I've had enough of this nonsense. Stop pushing your luck.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Do I look like a pious man to you? I've peed on churches.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
Black Hats MC was founded in the 60s by my old man, my uncle, and 2 other local bikers. Conwell Springs is the mother chapter, and we have support clubs in 6 other locations across 3 states. There's a total of 16 members here, 12 patch, 4 prospects. I'm the acting president of this chapter as well as of the whole club. Have been for more than 15 years.
The law give you any trouble?
It used to be tough when your granddad was around. He and Truman ran a tight ship.
And now?
Now they try, but Boyks and the boy are a nuisance at best.
I don't need to show. Do you know what this is?
Whoa.
What? Do you recognize that?
I saw one of those with my own eyes a few years ago.
Really? Where?
Middle of the woods, the road to the city. Those things came from nowhere and gave me this crazy headache right on the plate in my head. At the time, I thought it was just a nasty case of migraine.
You have a plate in your head?
Yeah, titanium from a shrapnel wound I got in Nam.
I see. Titanium isn't the least bit magnetic, is it?
How the hell should I know? I'm no scientist.
Do you remember where exactly on the road it happened?
No. Like I said, I dismissed it as a migraine. Didn't pay too much attention as to where I was.
Fair enough.
Alright.
I don't need to
show him that. Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the road.
Right on. I have some business to take care of, but make yourself at home.
Thanks, Bo. See you around.
Nice tattoo.
Hey, Brian's girl.
Yeah?
I overheard you. I'm Emmett.
Hey.
The boss man isn't usually that grumpy. He's got a lot on his mind. But I think I may know of a way to loosen him up.
I'm all ears, buddy.
Well, Bo and Brian are the double Bs, as we used to call them. They used to have this drink together. Brian came up with it. He called it a Bloodier Mary.
Sounds like my kind of drink.
Yeah, it's basically a Bloody Mary, but with pig blood instead of tomato juice.
I take that back. Gross.
I'm kidding. It's just a Bloody Mary, but with a special ingredient added to it.
If you say that special ingredient is blood, I will literally punch you.
I like your attitude.
No. Brian refused to tell anyone what it was. He only made it for special occasions. It's probably something uncommon, like a rare herb or some kind of expensive spice.
So let me guess. If I can produce this drink for Bo, you think he would help me out?
It'll make him remember Brian, which should go a long way. He hasn't had that drink since your old man disappeared. Brian was like a son to him. The boss would have died for him back in the day. If you could recall the good times with your father, he might change his mind.
I guess it could be worth a try. But wait, why are you helping me?
You're Brian's kid. That means you're family. We take care of family.
Well, how was that drink compared with a regular Bloody Mary?
Tasted a bit more like pepper and had a punch to it. It usually gave some pretty nasty hangovers. Oh, if you had a lot of them, you'd hallucinate some crazy shit. Pretty wild.
Trippy. Thanks.
You're welcome, darling.
Yeah, so basically I have to go back, get the flower, and come back. Alright.
Sorry, endangered flower, but I really need to make a drink.
Let's go back to the club. Would have been easier if I could have taken it before, because I tried to cut it before and I needed a valid reason.
I think this is what I need for the blood. It's a specimen of that red scythe. I'd like a Bloody Mary.
Coming right up.
Oh, and add this, will you? Just something I like for flavor. Put it in a blender.
Whatever you say.
Yum, yum.
One Bloody Mary. Enjoy.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
The club will cover that, Jose.
Sure thing, VP.
Thanks again, Emmett.
You got it.
Hey, Bo. I've got something for you.
I recognize that smell. You found your dad's recipe.
Something like that.
Oh, we're lounging.
Man, is this a trip down memory lane. I keep expecting Brian to walk in here any second. You know, all this nostalgia is making me remember how much I really owe your old man.
Yeah?
Yeah, so here's the deal. In '86, Carl, my VP at the time, came to me and said he had a job lined up for the club. Some guy had offered him good dough for stealing a bunch of paintings from a mansion. He needed 2 brothers for the job. I was busy with other things at the time, so I gave my permission as long as the club got the usual cut. He returned a week later with a nice wad of cash. I didn't realize it was Wade he had knocked off until I read the paper. If I had known that, I'd advised against it. Wade is a powerful man with friends in city council. There's no reason to piss him off.
Got it. So, what do you know about the guy who hired you for the job?
Not much. Carl said it was some bearded preacher.
Whoa, Isaac from the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Could be. I don't know who that is. It was a priest. I know that much.
Thanks, Bo. I'm gonna follow up on this right away.
I knew I didn't like that guy.
That's it? You're not gonna ask me about what happened to your old man? Not even curious?
I couldn't give 2 shits about that asshole.
Bullshit. Don't expect anyone to believe you're that angry with someone you don't give 2 shits about.
Either he's dead or he abandoned me. Do any of those options look appealing to you?
They don't, but you should know that no one from the club had anything to do with it. I meant it when I said Brian was a good brother. He had no enemies here. Not then, and not now.
Comforting to hear, Mr. President.
Shut up and listen, girl. I'm trying to tell you something. Brian used to talk about heading to Mexico, about riding off into the sunset and getting away from all his newfound responsibilities. And I think part of him was serious. You deserve to know that there's a chance he's still out there somewhere.
Sure. Let's hope that bastard is living it up somewhere.
Just take care of yourself, you hear?
You too.
Okay, so the only thing I haven't done yet in terms of my inventory is the ripped drawing. So I have to go back to the cabin. Let's go to the Lakeside Cabin. All right.
"55 degrees. It doesn't belong."
Oh, she's
Oh,
there.
it's you again. Come on in.
No Nathan today?
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it was in the wild, and I needed it. I tried to take it before, and it didn't allow me to. It actually told me, oh, I need a good reason. Then I had to make a drink to make the guy, hallucinate and open up to me. And apparently that was a good enough reason. You can kill nature as long as it gives you some benefits.
Why did someone leave this at the... Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
The red man? Holy moly, Batman.
That day went by fast. I think I'm gonna ask if I can stay the night at Grandma's.
Okay.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hey, Grandma, it got kinda late. Would it be okay if I stay the night?
Of course, dear. Have a seat. I'll make you something to eat.
Oh, you're the best. I'm starving.
Alright. Made it to day 4.
Do you see? You are both unwanted, both discarded.
That's weird.
Good. Lick the flames, buddy boy. Lick the flames and feel the hatred burn.
Okay.
Lily's painting, burning, and the kid from the cemetery.
Did I just...
It's gotta mean something.
Did I just see something red pass by the window?
Looks like the rain finally stopped.
It passed really fast, like I saw the men in red.
Oh, good morning. Hi, Kathy.
What the... Morning. Wow, this is quite the surprise.
You have such a lovely friend, dear. We've been chatting all morning.
Oh, I have no doubt. She's quite the talker, this one.
You sleep even longer here than you do back home.
Oh, gee, must be the blissful lack of distractions here, E. Can I talk to you for a sec, outside, alone?
Okie dokie, if your grandmother doesn't mind being left all by yourself for a while.
Sure. You go ahead, children.
She's
I'll be right
always
here if you
alone.
need me.
She's always alone. Why the fuck would she mind? She has like an industrial amount of tea. What the hell is wrong with you, E? Is the concept of personal boundaries new to you? This is not cool. What are you doing here, Eileen?
This is not cool. What are you doing here, Eileen?
Helping you, silly. Why else would I be here?
Clearly to torment me in one way or another. Was a single morning devoid of Eileen too much to ask? I'm frankly surprised that I'm allowed bathroom breaks by myself with you in the same building.
I was super bored. Besides, you never got back home last night. I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Well, as you can plainly see, I'm not a corpse.
You could be a very convincing zombie.
Very funny. You can go home now, E.
Fine. I won't tell you what I found in my research yesterday then.
Ugh, I hate you.
I'm so glad you asked. I looked up a few statistics for this county, looking for any anomalies. First off, there's a high number of missing persons reports in the area. That wouldn't be too unusual if, let's say, the county had a high crime rate. But it doesn't. Violent crimes are actually lower than in other comparable counties.
Huh. That's just outright creepy.
It gets even better. It turns out that this county has the highest number of clinically insane in the state. And guess what? Conwell Springs County is tiny. Per capita, the difference to the county in second place is humongous, over 1,000%.
That makes some sense. I found out that this cocky person is Loctite at Ingstrom's.
Wow, we should go talk to him, right? He must have some answers.
That's the plan. I should probably fill you in on the rest I found.
Yada, yada, yada.
So, I'm gonna head over there today and confront Isaac about the paintings.
Don't you think it's a bit risky, Kathy? It could just backfire and piss him off.
Oh, I'm hoping it will. Nothing wrong with some good old provocation to make people show their true colors.
You never gave him the picture of the lights, right?
Nah, didn't want the guy to faint. He sounded pretty brainwashed about the Holy Trinity thing.
And none of the church people know who I am, right?
I guess not. So?
My point is that you grilled the priest good yesterday. You already tried it your way. I'm a fellow Christian. Maybe I could try something different, like make up a cute cover story and pretend to want to join their church. If he still won't trust me, I can show him my copy of the picture. Maybe it will make him open up.
I suppose it would give me enough time to drive back to the city and talk to Jimmy before it gets too late.
Yay! Oh, let's do it! I'm so excited. I can't wait to lie to people.
You know that's a sin, right?
Oh, I'm sure Jesus will make an exception this time. After all, he loves me.
I'm not going to waste any time then.
Who's the
Let's
one
catch
that's
up on the phone
brainwashed?
tonight.
Okie dokie. Talk to you later.
Who is the one that is being brainwashed? Apparently I'm going straight to the insane asylum.
Hello, Jimmy. I've been looking for you.
Oh, is it for real this time?
Yes, this is all very real.
So you're going to ask me about Joseph now?
How do you know that? Who told you?
You did. Every time you came here.
You're not making any sense, Jimmy. We've never met before.
I'm making perfect sense. Everyone says so. I'm the sharpest tool in the shed. All bets are off now, Missy. Better buckle up and enjoy the ride. Forget all the rules. No going from top to bottom. No checking off all the items on your list. Start by asking me about the young chronicler.
Alright, let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the bottom now we're here. We're starting from the bottom now that everybody's going here. Okay, incident in 1981.
Do you know what happened to my grandfather in 81?
No, that's not the chronicler.
Oh, the chronicler.
What happened to you, Jimmy? Why are you in this place?
No, that's not...
Who the fuck is a chronicler?
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
No.
What do you know about the man in red?
No, that's not the chronicler.
Was Lily Myers the chronicler?
The drowned girl, yes. She saw the loops, the endless possibilities. She found that the branches had all been severed. Nothing but inevitability remained, staring her right in the eye. In the end, she was pulled across the great threshold, just like I was. I was next.
Next for what?
You're not listening. I'm next.
Do you know what happened to my grandfather in 81?
No, that's not me.
What happened to you, Jimmy? Why are you in this place?
I'm not. I'm 6 feet under, looking up, watching reruns without a care in the world. You know, Joseph was a beacon. His passing sent ripples traveling in all directions, touching all of us with burning intensity. In my case, resulting in immobilizing guilt. After all, I sent him out there. It was all my fault.
What was? What did you ask him to do?
Be patient. We'll get there eventually. We need to follow the rules. Let's continue, ironically, with the men who break the rules.
The Black Hats.
You mean the Black Hats? They're the men who break the rules?
Indeed. Your father broke every rule in the book, did he not?
That's a mild way of putting it.
I feel your pain, but you will be free of him soon enough. I've seen you atop a great pit, dropping the last remaining memento of him into the empty blackness below. Your mother, on the other hand, that's a story with a different ending.
You know Mom? How is she?
Why don't you see her yourself and find out?
It's complicated. Last time we met was ugly.
Looking away won't make it any less ugly, Kathy.
I know, just not yet.
Very well. Let's go see the man you reunited with his family.
The man you reunited with his family.
The man in red? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, indeed.
Who is he, really?
The collector of souls. The one who beckons and prepares. Some call him a spirit guide. Others, a devil dressed in red.
Apropos.
You are doing so much better than the last time. Now, ask me about the first thing you can think of.
What happened to my grandfather in 81?
Oh, poor Joseph. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong friends, wrong life. An unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. There had to be course correction, Kathy. The house always wins.
What did you ask him to do?
I asked him to find the source and destroy it. For me, for Lily, for all of us.
The source of what?
Everything. The madness, the betrayals, the limitless suffering.
How would he do that?
I don't know. Joseph had a plan. He had allies.
Allies? Who?
The man in red. Someone else, too.
I found the message you left for Grandpa. You said, "It happened to you too." What did?
Meeting the lights, of course. Don't you have my picture from the night in the forest?
You mean this?
Oh, yes. They felt so warm, so comfortable, luring me in. But when they got close, I could feel my mind split in two. I found myself with one foot on either side of the line, the thin line between hell and here. It felt like breathing through my nose with my mouth underwater. No wonder some sink beneath the surface, never to be heard from again.
Was that what happened to Joseph, Jimmy? Did he sink to the bottom?
I wish I knew. I'm just a man stuck with his ear up against the wall, picking up a word here and there. I am so tired, Kathy. I can feel the lights even now. Endless static in my head, like a TV tuned to a dead channel.
But what are they? Where do they come from?
The cradle of obscurity. The alpha to our omega. The distorted mirror.
Why are you constantly speaking in riddles?
Why do you assume I have a choice? We are nearing the end. Ask me about the misguided faithful.
I'm assuming that's the Church of the Holy Trinity.
Is the Church of the Holy Trinity the misguided faithful?
They are, yes.
What makes you call them that?
Isn't it obvious? They believe the lights are divine. The lights are neither divine nor unholy. They are but a twisted reflection of us. The judge and the jury, our innermost child, our greatest fear, everything we long for and desire. It's more than most of us can take. The cup runneth over.
How do I stop them?
You must go to their birthplace, their source. You must go to the cradle. It's the only way to save your friend.
What? Are you talking about Eileen?
Yes, she is being claimed. She's in great danger. You have to go back, Kathy. Nurse!
I need more than that, Jimmy.
Nurse, help!
Okay.
I need to find Eileen.
Well, last she was hiding in the church. So save game. Day 4. Church. Oh no, Eileen. Sorry. Come on, Eileen, you're going to the church. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 2016.
Locked.
Yeah, came out in 2016.
Nothing unusual, just a schedule of typical church events.
Well, I think that was the point. It's to bring back the old school point-and-click adventures, the Sierra type games. There's been a few like modern day versions of it, like Murdered Soul Suspect. I guess the Telltale games are similar to that, but it's too new and the mechanics are different. This is literally a point-and-click adventure. And it's also not as confusing or in the timeline. What I like about this is that, unlike Police Quest, where if you miss one part, you're fucked. Here, you can do stuff in different order. Yeah, some stuff you have to do in certain order, which makes sense. But you're not confined necessarily to that particular part. You can do it in different ways. So, yeah, exactly, right? Actually, one of the reasons why I had stopped playing Police Quest 4 Open Season, I was about halfway done, and I apparently missed something at the rapper's house. I forgot to do something, and only an hour later, I came to the conclusion where I needed to do something, and you can't go back unless you redo that or you reload a save and you redo it. And I got discouraged and I said, fuck it. That's kind of how it works with Sierra games, right? But this is more forgiving. Although I had issues on the first day, and that was because it was my fault. It was me not playing the game properly, or I missed something. I wasn't paying attention. The game itself is pretty forgiving, all things considered. I still suggest a save, but, you know.
There they are again, watching my every move in this place. Wouldn't be a church without one. A closet. Oof, no corpses, just a bunch of priest outfits in there. Nothing interesting in the pockets either.
Okay.
Books on spirituality and theology. Nothing unusual.
Mm-hmm.
A small cabinet with a lock on it. Locked. Just old furniture and boxes. William T. Price. So that's Father Bill. Looks more like a businessman than a cult leader. I wonder what the church was like back when Father Bill was in charge. Isaac's desk. There might... Found a large old key in here.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Cut the bullcrap! Where is she? Where's Eileen?
What in the Lord's name are you talking about?
Red-haired girl, I know she came here to see you. Tell me where she is, or I'm calling the cops.
I don't think that's quite necessary.
Breaking and entering, are we?
You don't understand, my friend has been kidnapped. Shit, it's not what it looks like. Oh, for fuck's sake, just take me to jail.
You don't understand. My friend has been kidnapped.
Funny story. Hands behind your back.
You know who the voice sounds like?
You gotta be kidding me.
The voice sounds a lot like...
Better hope that Father Price doesn't press charges.
I want my phone call.
Can't hear you in there.
You are such a fucking prick.
Enjoy your little vacation. I know I will.
He's finally
Well, this
doing
blows.
something.
And I smell like goober. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Give me a second here. I'm trying to do something.
I need to get out of here. Who knows what that freak is doing to Eileen right now?
I have to think of something. Okay.
A bunch of documents, some pins, and paper clips. What a tiny TV.
Well, acute observation. I have to get the pins, no? I would assume. Because there's no way, there's no key here, is there? Not that I know of.
Looks like the mop is within reach. Maybe I can make some use of it.
Okay, let's touch it, see what happens.
Okay, now what? Worth a shot. Oops.
This is completely lucky. Like, I took a frickin' shot in the dark. I'm usually horrible at this.
These paper clips might be useful.
She's gonna pull a MacGyver.
These are probably robust enough to make a lockpick out of them.
Well, that answers that question.
Okay, let's see if I still got it. Not perfect, but they should get the job done.
Yep. Okay. Really? There we go.
I'm so good.
All right. Let me get my...
I saw Lenny put my stuff in.
Take my shit. If I just end up walking out of the
Okay,
fucking jail...
got all my things back. The key I found in the church, too. Huh?
X-Files.
Hopes in jar. An inkier heart. Rule me, Nemesis.
What the hell?
That wasn't creepy at all. Alright, key.
It's old and rusty. There's something inscribed starting with PR. The rest is unintelligible. This thing looks ancient. Must lead to some old place.
Alright. I'm just gonna walk out of the fucking jail, aren't I? That's fucking hilarious.
Good thing the bike was still where I left it.
Okay, let's save. Eileen. Alright, where the fuck do I go? Church? There's no one in the church.
Locked. Just old furniture. Just old furniture.
There's nothing here. Okay, so I already went in here, so there's nothing here. Oh, no, wait. Maybe... The cabinet.
Nope, not the right key.
Okay. And how about this one?
Nope, not.
Alright, so it's not that. Where else can I use a key? I can't, well, other than the jail, which is kind of useless. The cabin is another place. It's not this, it's not this. It's not the clinic either. So it's either the lakeside cabin or something in the cemetery. The only thing in the cemetery that could have been opened with the initials of PR is the mausoleum. So maybe it is that. Let's try it out. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Oh, she's actually going. Hey, that's where they are. Go figure.
I did what you asked, Father. But something is different about this one. It's not taking like it should. She may be protected. Yes, we'll just have to wait and see. More souls, then. Yes, they all deserve to bask in the glory of God.
I knew this guy was an asshole.
Hey, what's that?
Eat this! Eileen?
Is she dead? That's a long pause. Hello?
Snap out of it! No, God, it's happening again. Just like it did with Grandpa. What did he do to you?
Just before I do anything, I'm curious. Meg, voice, Family Guy. I keep forgetting her fucking name. Mila Kunis. That's what she sounds like. The voice of Mila Kunis. Anyways, look at Eileen.
She's catatonic, breathing but unresponsive, just like Grandpa. Wake up, E.
Well, that's not happening.
Let's get these ropes off of you.
I don't want him to fucking go away. Although
This should come in handy if I need to restrain someone. A length of strong. That should do it. Wake up, E.
What else do I do?
There must be some way of saving Eileen, or I won't be able to live with myself. She's catatonic.
Do I exit?
I should make sure he's not a threat before.
Oh.
He's knocked out cold and restrained with rope.
Alright.
You won't get away with this.
He's unconscious.
He had a key on him. A small key with a tag attached labeled Storage A5. Maybe there's a self-storage facility in town. It looks a lot like the key I found in the attic. Maybe they're somehow related. This must open some kind of storage unit.
Why, thank you, kind person.
Hey, these keys are almost identical. They must open different storage units in the same facility.
Okay, I don't know what...
Wake up, E. William Thomas Price, born February 13th, 1931, died October 21st, 1983. Father Bill himself. Joshua David Price, born June 8th, 1961, died September 5th, 1983. Isaac's brother, perhaps? Barbara Price, born July 19th, 1921, died January 4th, 1979. Arthur Price, born April 11th, 1918, died December 4th, 1982. Isaac Jeremiah Price, born March 3rd, 1959. The death date is left blank. Henrietta Ann Price, born April 22nd, 1933, died May 4th, 1981. Father Bill's wife? Ernest Edward Price, born December 20th, 1898, died May 8th, 1973.
Lived a nice life.
That grave is blank, probably reserved. William Father John Isaac's Agatha Price, born November 13th, 1899, died July 17th, 1979. Barbara Price, Arthur Price, Isaac Jeremiah. The death date is...
Okay, what else am I supposed to do here?
That grave is Henrietta Father Bill's wife. Ernest Edward Price.
Okay, so I read all that. There's a grave. I don't know what the fuck to do next.
All right, we'll take it from here.
Should we bring what's-her-name to the clinic?
Eileen, and no, she's not physically hurt, it's just shock, that's all. I'll take care of her, please, just drop us off at Grandma's.
All right then, but don't think you're off the hook for that stunt you pulled at the station. Considering the circumstances, I'm gonna refrain from hauling your ass back to that cell. But you better not leave town until we've sorted all this out, or you can look forward to a statewide APB. Got it?
That's more than fair, Sheriff. Thanks.
Good. Come by the station when you've dropped off your friend. We'll need to take your statement.
I will. It's my fault this has happened to her.
No, it's not. You know exactly who's to blame. That vile man behind bars or whoever is pulling his strings. Go there, find out what he knows, and get to the bottom of this. It's too late for Joseph, but maybe she still has a chance.
Well, I'm sure as hell not gonna wait here for her to rot away.
Good. She'll be safe with me.
All right then, I'm off.
Me and my tea. Save game. Day 4. Grandma. Oh, is it? Well, I know her voice sounds really familiar to Meg from the Family Guy, which is Mila Kunis. There's too much similarity there. I'm sure it's not her. I don't think she's a voice actor for games. I would have to look it up, but... now, having said that, I think I'm going to call it quits for this afternoon. I got to do some things. Got to run some errands. Yeah, I'm just saying in the game, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, so I'm probably going to let it go for now. I know I'm calling it a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm probably going to finish it next time. So yeah, if you guys are interested in the story and want to see me finish it, I'll probably be streaming it. Probably not tonight, but tomorrow. I'm gonna try my best. Tomorrow, Tuesday. So if you guys are into that, let me know. Come back and join me. Hope that you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you to everyone that passed by tonight or this afternoon. Bitoman, thank you. Kenny, Coinop, who else? Dreamer. Thank you guys for passing by, spending time watching. You guys are awesome. This week on aroundtable.ca, I reviewed Fame from 1982, the TV series. It's a TV show that I actually do like, and it still holds up today. I really haven't done anything in terms of game reviews. The last one that I did is NHL Hits 2002, which in my opinion, only my opinion, it is the last arcade type game. We're gonna live forever. We're gonna learn how to fly high. Yeah. No, it's one of those theme songs. You can not like the TV show, but that theme song, everybody knows what it is. I think it's from the movie, actually. I think the theme song was recorded for the movie, but then they adapted it for TV. So, yeah, that's what I reviewed. The last one I did is NHL Hits 2002, last console arcade type game for hockey that I remember. They came out with 3-on-3, NHL 3-on-3. Which is similar, but not quite the same, and I still like NHL 2002 better. But that's me. That is only me. So, alright guys, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I shall see you next time. Alright guys, have a good one. Ciao.